Have you seen his animations, by the way, Alex? Cass Vanderpool. He does like
No.
he does like animations like, oh, here's every season of Avatar: The Last Airbender summed up, and it's just like really cute.
Okay.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. God. He's like, I had enough of that conversation.
Uh,
Well, that was episode 358. I hope you all enjoyed it. It is 358. I got it right this time.
yeah. Yeah.
So you've been playing Animal Crossing? Let's be like every other podcast on the internet and talk about Animal Crossing.
Yeah, like we didn't already do that last week.
Fuck last week. This is a new week.
Wait, it was 2 weeks ago.
Oh yeah, actually.
Was it?
Yes.
I don't remember.
It was 2 weeks ago.
Oh my
I was
fucking-
gonna set out a message last week.
Morty.
Morty.
So here's what I did. I thought it would be efficient to just close everything, but continue talking. So I don't even know what you heard and what I'm saying.
So are we back? Is this Random Assault episode 321?
Oh, maybe.
guess so.
No, we have to have Kate for
No,
that.
because Kate's not here.
Yeah, it's not the same.
We never needed her. This was always
Really?
the
Because
boys
she was the
cast.
favorite, apparently, of every person who listened.
Yeah, well, they don't listen anymore, so Alex
We'll
is the new
say, I
favorite.
think she pulled in the most normal fans.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Ironic.
Yeah.
I still get emails about the blog post she made about sticking things in her butt.
Really?
Yeah. Like every once, like maybe like once a year, it'll be like an email saying like, "This is a great article." I mean, they're probably spam, but it's like, "This is a great article. I too would like to learn how to put things in my butt." I'm like, all right. I'm like, I don't
Well,
even
I
have
mean-
access to this fucking blog anymore.
They just send you links to Blue Chew,
Oh, jeez.
just ads.
Ugh.
Blue Chew.
Like,
not-
only joke I'm gonna make,
Mhm.
but I'm gonna ask: did you guys start this whole virus thing just to get me to have nothing to do, so I'd be forced to come back to the show?
Yes.
Yeah.
I made it. I actually flew to China and ate that bat.
I knew it.
Yeah. You knew it, but it didn't stop you from being on the show, huh? So you wanted to be on the show. You just needed a good excuse.
Yeah, exactly. Who do you think really gave you the bat?
Oh, fuck. Ozzy Osbourne.
I just pictured Alex at a wet market with his eyes taped back and a Fu Manchu and one of those like rice triangle hats, just
It's
being
so
like, "Please to eat this bed."
It's so funny
Alright.
because I watched that episode of Krusty the Clown where he's like, "Miso Sally." I like almost spit up my pancake because I knew it was coming, but I forgot it was coming.
a whole pancake.
The whole pancake.
So I'm gonna tell you how long I've been away. When you said my eyes taped back, I thought you meant like vertically.
Yeah, I actually
Like,
imagined that
I
too.
was stopping myself from
Blinking.
sleeping or something.
That is also a you move. That is something. I must play more Animal Crossing.
Walking around the market with my eyes taped wide open, interacting with every person I can.
You're such a weeb. You want to take in as much of China as possible, so you're making sure you can't blink when you're on vacation.
Do I look anime enough with my giant eyes?
That'll work. As people are sneezing bat juices into your face. I think I might actually. Bat juice. Juice, not Jews.
Juice.
No, all Jews are already
A
bats.
three-headed bat Jew. um,
Oh yeah, Alex wasn't here for the period of time where we had three-headed Jews as the band.
But he
No,
saw
you
the
don't
banners.
listen, you don't have to be present because it was omnipresent. I knew
Oh, okay.
about it. I
It
was
was
aware.
everywhere.
I felt every moment.
You were sitting in your bed, staring at the ceiling because your eyes were taped back, and then you were like, "I sense a three-headed Jew has been added to one of the banners."
I was looking down from my cloud.
So I watched all 5 Phantasm movies now. I won't go into spoilers or anything, but now I've seen,
Oh
I've
shit!
seen
You
them
watched all 5?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've seen the first one a billion times. So I didn't start. I started with 2, and then apparently I had seen 2 before, but I was getting confused because I think I watched the Nightmare on Elm Street movies at the same time. Because there's a scene where a thing looks exactly like Freddy Krueger. So I think I was just getting it confused and thought I'd never seen Phantasm 2.
Oh, okay.
But it's good. I mean, it's the third one's probably the most fun. The first one's the best one. The second one is is like continuing effort. The second one, I should say, is like It's not bad, but it's like not doing anything new. But it's also not as weird as the first one, so it's
Okay.
It's eh.
Yeah, like I was telling you in the text that I listened to the Alpha Rookie podcast.
Yeah.
Where like, so I guess history. This is another. Alex comes on and talks about old random assault stuff.
Yay.
Oh boy! Every time I'm here, everything's a fucking reference to shit. So I found these guys at complete random. I have no idea how I found them, but their logo is like a teal yellow,
Mm.
and it's
What?
the old. It's their logo.
Yes.
See, Mitch, logo is like an icon you use to represent a brand.
Yeah, I don't understand why you said
And
it's two
teal and
different
yellow
colors.
are
That's
two
like saying,
colors.
oh, their logo is a
colors-
green red.
Colors are. Then they must have changed it, because it was like a teal and a yellow.
That's just brown.
So no.
No,
Mix those
he
two
means
colors.
the letters are color and then
I
the
know the
background's a
issue.
different color.
Mitch, colors are things that artists use to bring a vivid life to their works.
I'm acutely aware.
Some people do monochromatics. Please don't be confused.
Actually,
Some people also do
that's probably
inks,
why I'm confused.
charcoals.
That's probably
You
why
can
I'm
have
confused.
a monochromatic palette. You can have an entire spectrum being in the gray scale. You don't need color, but a lot of people do use color.
That's
And
probably why I'm
sometimes
confused.
You
Because
can use multiple colors without mixing them together.
that's probably why I'm confused, because my webcomic is entirely in halftone.
That's
There's
true.
no color.
Yeah, that's
Alex, you should probably get closer to the mic if you're not already. Now I can't hear you that well.
me.
Yeah.
Now I'm actually closer than I was.
What the fuck?
Wait, do I actually sound better here?
No, that sounds the same or farther away.
Do I
so.
sound?
Oh, that's perfect. All right, never mind.
I sound like Mitch. I sound like this is a Mitch joke.
Anyway, the
Her
modifier
voice, that
and
sounds
between
like
the
this.
colors teal and yellow would probably have helped in my alleviating my confusion of what you were describing.
Anyway, the
their
logo.
fucking logo.
Yeah.
Colors completely moot. Like none of that matters. There is no reason to mention colors. How's that?
Okay.
Their old logo was an A and an R for Alpha Rookie. But I noticed it used the old Random Assault font. Their letters, because we had the backwards R, it was literally our logo flipped.
Yeah. And supposedly they had no idea.
Yeah, this is not, they did not rip us off.
No.
I am absolutely not saying that.
Did you
This
message
was just
them?
one of those, like,
He did.
what do they call that when two people think of the same thing at the same time?
Communism.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have even been that
So
funny.
they're
but maybe
communists.
laugh.
Anyway, so the communists. So I started watching their channel because I like long things,
Like
and
long
they
eggs.
also do very, very long podcasts. They do full retrospectives on everything. So they'll be like, "Oh, we're gonna watch Friday the 13th movie. Here's a 12-hour podcast. We go through every movie."
Yeah.
And I started with their Hellraiser series because I'm like, "Oh, I don't ever want to watch all of those.
Oh, God.
Someone's gonna do it."
They're awful.
Yeah, I know, because I've only seen like the first 2.5,
Yeah, they're
and I'm like, I
bad.
can't do this. So I listened to them talk about it, and basically, yeah. But the point is, I was gonna contact them to go on the show, and basically like just do this riff on how they ripped us off.
But they heard
And
that
I never
episode
heard-
where it was just one long N word in there.
Well, no, what happened was at that time we had like a guest every other week.
Oh yeah.
And even that was too much. And I had like this pile of contacts. And every time I'd be like, all right, I'm going to sit down. I'm going to go through all these business cards. I'm going to go through all these flyers and all my emails. I'd go through everything. I'd send off all of the contacts. And then I'd be like, fuck, I forgot Alpha Rookie. I'll get it next time. And then that just happened over and over and over again for like a year.
Oh,
And then I left the show. Okay, well, I guess I'm not doing that.
And I never listened to them, so I couldn't like pick up the torch or anything.
Yeah, I don't. It's like you have to like long podcasts, which you might if you
I
listen
do.
to this.
I only listened. I listened to a few minutes of the Phantasm one, and he opened with, He opened with the if fans have an orgasm while watching Phantasm, is it a fangasm? And I went, ah. I
no,
mean,
I'm not. I'm
it's
not
funny.
saying
I just
they're
was like,
very
I wasn't in
funny.
the mood. at that
Yeah, no,
time.
they're not very funny. One guy thinks he's very funny, and he is not. That is the alpha part, and he can be genuinely frustrating to listen to.
Okay.
But the other guy at least has some good insights.
Mm-hmm.
And even the guy who doesn't, like, sometimes he'll have facts or whatever about background stuff. I'm like, oh, okay. But yeah, it can be frustrating to listen to. I just like to listen to retrospectives.
Mm.
And so I listened to theirs on Phantasm. And so, unfortunately, I do know everything that happened, but it got me even further interested. And I have, like, my ridiculous movie list
so I
all typed out now in a graph.
I can't. Oh Christ! Well, I drew an MS
Because
Paint.
I'm the same.
Yeah, you're the same. Well, I drew an MS Paint map of my island, so I'm somewhat
very nice,
close.
very
nice. So I can talk about it without actually spoiling it for you, because you know about it. What about Mitch? Do you care?
I know about everything now.
What are we talking about? Mask of the Phantasm?
Yeah, Mask of the Phantasm was a movie that has Batman in it that was that came out in the 90s.
Fucking spoil it. Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
And the Joker throws out these big metal balls with knives in them, right?
Yeah.
And in the fifth one, Batman is in a coma.
Yes. Yes, I've seen the first one a billion times and I love it. But what I like about the second, actually, no, the second one's better than I think I'm giving it credit for, because it kind of takes the first one and then improves on certain ideas. Like, if you chop off a piece of the tall man, there's a better effect, like a worm thing, instead of in the first movie when it's like it looks like a dime store like giant fly in an ice cube gag without the ice cube. So I mean, there's stuff like that. But so in the third one. The third one's just, like, fun. It's just a funny movie with, like, a kid it's basically like the Goonies if they actually killed people. So that one's cool.
Yeah.
And then the fourth one is okay. It's not really... Oh, I'm sorry. The fourth one's interesting because they took a lot of footage that they didn't put in the first one and basically made a whole new movie out of it. So that's just cool to watch if you're a fan. And then the fifth one, I like it because it's just weird and confusing. But,
Yeah,
it's
I
not
hear
really
it's
worth
one of those.
watching.
Again, this was a retrospective I listened to, so I don't know anything visually.
Yeah.
That's the hardest part about it. Okay. I'm gonna just say this because this is driving me nuts. I asked Erica if we watched Phantasm, and she said no. I am convinced that we watched Phantasm at your place.
I don't know if we did or not. I think I wanted to. But then we didn't.
I feel like we did because I'm remembering things like the giant fly.
Yeah.
And I had never seen that, but I know it. So when did I watch it?
Well, see, that's the thing. Like, I watched what was it? Captain America, Winter Soldier. I could swear that Christina has told me she's seen it. I watched it with her, and she tells me she's never seen it. And I'm like, what do you? Because I watched it, and she's like, why'd you watch it without me? I was like, you told me you saw it, and then we watched it together. And you've seen it twice so far. And she goes, no, I didn't. I'm like, what? So I don't know.
Our
memories are bullshit.
That we watched it at your place.
I don't know. I'm saying don't trust my memory. I feel like I don't think we did, but I've seen it so many times that we could have. I'm trying to think of the movies we did watch.
We watched. Oh my god! Like I know that.
We watched Demolition Man for sure, and that was your favorite thing we watched.
And that was excellent. We watched
Demolition
Last Action
Man.
Hero because Erica hadn't seen that.
Oh yeah. See, I forgot we watched that.
Demolition Man is so good, and it's also an oddly prophetic movie.
It is.
Yes.
It's really good. I don't know if you'd say it's underrated or anything, because have a lot of people seen that movie?
Demolition Man?
Yeah.
I feel like because of Spoonie, a lot more people have seen it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, I seen it before him because it used to be on TV.
No, me too. But I think more people have went out to look it up because of that review.
Oh, maybe.
Because that's like classic internet
Yeah.
at this point.
Because I feel like if there's anybody out there listening, there's at least 10 people who listen to the show. If you haven't seen Demolition Man, you owe it to yourself to see it because it's so good.
Demolition Man is wonderful. It is a wonderful movie. And it's not like one of those movies where you watch it for the gags. The gags are just there while you watch a good movie.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, if all three of us liked it, then you know it's good, because I wouldn't say we have very different tastes, but I mean,
We are very wrong about everything universally, though.
yeah, exactly.
I feel like people have seen Demolition Man because I always hear people referencing the three seashells.
Yeah, but that's, people reference it because they know that scene probably, and that other people reference it. So that's not really.
Yeah.
Just
You know,
reminds
that
me of
doesn't
Rob Schneider's like little rat laugh.
Okay, here you go. Demolition Man is such a good movie. I always forget Rob Schneider is in it.
Yeah, because I it's not that I hate him, but I usually hate him in movies. So
Apparently, it was one of Sandra Bullock's first movies as well,
I believe Speed was.
and it's she's fucking adorable in it.
Yes.
Bus that couldn't slow down.
The bus that couldn't slow down. I finally saw Speed for the first time, if you could believe it, like a year ago, and I actually did like it, but it's goofy as shit.
What's the one with
That's
the elevator? Is that Speed 2?
I don't know. I never seen the other ones.
No, Speed 2 is on a boat.
Yeah.
Is Speed 3 the one with the elevator?
No, you're thinking of Hellevator.
Is there a Speed 3? I don't
I don't. There isn't.
It's Keanu Reeves and there's people stuck in a fucking elevator.
I don't know what
3,
the fuck
Meet the
you were
Clumps.
talking about. Yeah. It's Speed 3, Meet the Clumps. Speed 3,
They had this
Krampus.
on at work. I'm trying to figure out what this was. Speed, elevator
3.
fight scene, part 1.
Flight Risk. Oh.
There is this. Oh, yeah, that's right. There is a Speed 3. But Keanu Reeves isn't
out.
in it. What?
Uh,
Oh, wait, no. I'm sorry. Keanu Reeves isn't in the second one.
Keanu Reeves. Oh boy, this is tough to see, like, what's fan made and what's not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if we can trust any of this. Never mind.
Well, anyway,
was not.
to go back to
Speed 3.
Phantasm, I highly recommend. I think watching just 1, 2, and 3 is probably enough. I mean, not you, Alex. I know you're gonna watch them all regardless. But I mean, if someone didn't want to like devote that much time, even though they're only an hour and a half each, every single one of them I think is only an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
I think just watching 1, 2, and then ending it with 3 is like the best because you're ending it on a high note. Like 4 is just kind of more of the same, except they introduce more. 4, it's cool if you really love the first one, you want to see more scenes from the first one that weren't in it, and they do some backstory for the tall man. And the fifth one, you mentioned visuals. Yeah, the fifth one doesn't have very good. It's not filmed like. So whenever I'm trying to find stuff to watch on Amazon Prime, there's so much garbage that there's so many. I should say there's so many movies that have really cool posters, but then the movie will definitely look like it's an amateur guy filming with his digital camera and everything looks really flat. You know what I'm saying?
Spent the movie budget on the poster, and then they forgot the movie.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, but I mean, I can't watch anything that looks super flat. Like it just looks so bad. Like,
But you watch cartoons all the time.
no, but Ravager, Phantasm 5 is shot well, but the special effects look like. Well, I almost said Channel Awesome, but that's not fair because Channel Awesome stuff looks like shit. What's like a good
Phantasm 5, Kick-Assia.
Kick-Assia? I mean, maybe I don't know. JonTron seems to have pretty good After Effects, so I'll say him.
Actually, JonTron, as much as the show has taken a turn, the state of the graphics are pretty good.
Yeah, so I'd say it looks like that. Like it definitely looks like a fan film, but like a really good fan film. Also, what's weird about those movies too is that the second one, the two brothers, the one who played the kid in the first one is recast, but then the rest of the movies he comes back. So I wonder what the hell happened there.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it was like. I guess there's a million things that could have happened.
Yeah, but I just thought that was interesting. They even bring back the older brother in the rest of them too, even though he's supposed to be dead. But you don't know because the movies are very dreamlike on purpose. Again, except for the third one. The third one's very straightforward 90s action, which is it's just really, it's not even very scary. Like the first one you can kind of, it's scary if I guess it's more creepy. It's not scary. But the third one's not. There's nothing creepy or scary about it. It just has really good practical effects and zombie stuff. What was the other
Well,
one?
like, I don't know. The first one is definitely intended to be a horror movie.
Yeah, but I mean,
The spirit is there. It just doesn't necessarily succeed in it, but the
Yeah.
spirit is there.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like, horror movie. But I don't know if the other ones kind of qualify as horror movie.
No, they're if anything, they're action movies, horror themed action movies.
Yeah.
What else? I watched something else yesterday too. What did I watch? Another horror. I wanted. I got the 30 days of month trial for Shudder on Amazon because, like I said, I definitely never saw Phantasm 3 or 4, and that's on there. I didn't want to rent them. I rented 2, even though after I watched it, I went, oh, I saw this. I was like, but that's the one thing about this fucking quarantine is that I would have never considered to rent anything before. Like, I pay for streaming services. I don't want to pirate anything, but I always like scoffed at renting anything. But I'm like, I really want to watch this, and I don't. Like, I can't try to go out and see if I could find it. So I just start renting things. But anyway, there's a bunch. I asked my friend Paul because he's had Shudder for a long time. I was like, anything worth watching on Shudder? And he gave me this huge list of things to see, and one of them was The Headhunter. It's a Shudder exclusive, unfortunately. But if you have Amazon Prime, if you've never gotten the trial, I highly recommend watching Headhunter. It's a horror set in like fantasy, medieval times fantasy. But it's more horror than fantasy. And it's also kind of like artistic, I guess is a way to say it. Like, normally movies like this I wouldn't like, but since it's like got horror stuff in it, I enjoyed it. It's about this guy who his daughter dies, is killed by a monster. So the movie is just him. It's so weird. Like, the movie is him killing monsters to try to get to and taking their heads. That's what they call it. That's the movie's called, Headhunter. He's a mercenary, and then he's trying to find.
I still don't get it.
Yeah, I know. He's trying to find the one that killed his daughter, but like whenever he goes out to kill a monster, they never show it. But the movie's still very gory, even though they don't show him ever killing a monster. He comes back with this like big bloody head, and then he always comes back all fucked up. Like he took his helmet off and he had his eyes like practically hanging out. He had this big like 4 claw gash marks across his face. So it's like
violence.
Yeah. It's pretty good. Like, the ending, I don't know if I really like the ending because it's kind of a downer, but like the whole movie's a downer. So it's only an hour. It's 70 minutes long. So it's not like you have to sit through like 2 hours of this weird, like, well, yeah, he's going out to fight these monsters, but they never show any of it. But it's still shot in a way where you feel tense and you're like, oh fuck, what's going to happen this time? And he always comes back all fucked up. And he has this like, in the beginning of the movie, he's making this like potion. It's all this gross shit. He's almost like a witch because they show those the Blair Witch thing, the twigs that are tied together look like a person.
Okay, yeah.
He has a bunch of those like sitting around, so he's like a witch also. And he's making this potion that whenever he comes back with a wound, he can smear it on the wound that it heals it completely. But then he has to piss out this black goo. It's weird. It's just a weird kind of cool movie.
It honestly sounds like they're playing to their strengths. Like, maybe an action, like a violent action scene, might have either not been in the budget or something that the director couldn't do, but like post effects and special effects are. So it's like, oh yeah, I'm coming back with all these scars, coming back with all these demon heads and shit.
Yeah,
And
I think
like,
you're
if
right.
you shoot what you know and can do well, you get the implication without having to shoot it.
It's true because it's like, and they say in horror you're supposed to. I mean, you want to like, you're not supposed to show everything. You want stuff in people's imaginations is more horrific than you could put on the screen. So like, you're imagining these fights and imagining what happened to them and all this kind of stuff. And the effects, I mean, like, it comes back with a werewolf head and it looks pretty fucking cool. But there's an effect later that looks kind of goofy, but then again, I think it would look goofy if they showed too much of it. But since it's shot kind of like out of focus or like you're looking through trees and shit, it still looks pretty creepy. And what the thing does, the main thing that killed his daughter, what it does later is it's severely fucked up for the character, for the father. I mean, I was laughing, but I mean, when you think about it, it's a fucked up thing. So that was cool, and plus I like that it was only 70 minutes long.
Okay. That actually helps. Probably another one of those like budget restrictions, but how do we do it? Fuck it, just make it 70 minutes. Don't try to stress it out. It's just gonna turn into a shitty movie.
If it was 2 hours, I think I would have not liked it at all.
Yeah. I remember Dave Reinhardt gave me his Shudder account, and I think I watched like one thing on it, and I can't even remember what it was.
Well, I had signed up for it on the PC once, a trial, and I couldn't find anything to watch. And I think it was because my friend hadn't had it yet, and he's just all about horror movies. Like he'll watch anything. He doesn't care if it's even bad ones. He just enjoys because it's his favorite genre. So then he came. I'm trying to find. Oh, right, I'm looking at the wrong thing. I just want to show you, read the list that he gave me. Oh yeah, there's another movie called Terrified, which I haven't watched yet, but that's like a subtitle movie. So like I don't generally watch subtitle stuff like late at night because I can't really pay attention. Oh yeah, I forgot I watched the Descent last night too. The movie from 2005.
Oh, The Descent is good. Did
Yeah.
you watch the American or the European one? You have to ask that.
They had British accents, so I don't know.
It doesn't matter. Okay.
I don't know.
Spoilers if you haven't seen The Descent. How did it end?
It ended with I have a feeling it was probably the American version because it ends with her getting out of the cave, getting into the car. A truck drives past her honking, and then she looks and sees her friend in the car, and then the movie just stops.
Okay. So in the European cut, all of that happens, but her friend, I don't know if her friend grabs her or not.
No, I don't think
but
so.
then it cuts back. I'm talking about the European one.
Yeah.
And it cuts back to the girl who escaped. She's back in the cave,
Oh yeah, no, they showed that.
and
I think
all of the monsters are crawling up around to her. The downer ending.
Oh, okay. Oh, so it's still the same movie. It just has a downer ending.
Yeah, it's the same movie. It's just the ending. The American one has the uplifting, like, oh, maybe she got out, but there's still that stinger at the end. But the European one is like, nope, sorry, downer ending. It was all a hallucination, and she's about to die.
Well, see, I thought her seeing. It's not really a spoiler because it's like the horror movie Sting. When she looks and sees her ghost, like it's like her friend's a ghost in the car with her. I was like, wow, that was really like not like the rest of this movie. That was stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Then that's why.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. No, I like.
They had to cut it to have the stupid stinger.
I watched about a half hour. Like the beginning of it's really great, and I watched about a half hour of it, and I'm like, these women are annoying. And I know Mitch would love it because they all have British accents.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Mid 2000s women with British accents. Oh man, I can hear him coming.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But I'm like, so I text my friend. I was like, well, you've seen every horror movie. I was like, is The Descent any good? He's like, that's my mom's favorite horror movie. It's really good. I'm like, oh, okay. And then I'm like, oh, okay. They're starting to. There's the bloody claw marks on the wall in the cave. Wall of the cave. I'm like, oh, all right, I can see what they're doing. And then eventually, I'm like, oh, you know what's really funny though is that I dug the humanoids, whatever you want to call them, but I actually was more scared. I felt more scared watching them just try to get through this cave that was like collapsing around them. Right?
Yeah, well, so I've not really gotten over it, but I'm like 5% of the 110% I was. I used to be very, very claustrophobic.
Oh.
So I used to like freak out in elevators and like freak out when I'd be in a box or something, like in a closet. Like I was really claustrophobic for a while. And I watched that when I was still really claustrophobic.
Oh, Jesus.
And the tight shots and weird angles they put in that movie make you feel you'll get so much anxiety from them.
Yeah. Like, I'm not claustrophobic, but I'm more, I mean, this is probably a more realistic fear. Being trapped underground and not being able to move. Okay. Like, because she's like in that absolutely. Really... She's going through that when they just stepped in through that tight tunnel and they're like crawling through. I went, oh no, fuck no way.
Sorry, yeah, it's really good. cinematography for what they're
Yeah.
trying to pull off. I've never seen a movie make me feel so claustrophobic just from the shots.
I also thought it was funny because it's mid 2000s, so like there's a scene that's all green in the beginning, and then when she wakes up in the hospital, and then there's the scenes that are in red, and then there's scenes that are in green. But then I didn't really pay attention to because it was like, well, it's a flare and then it's a glow stick. But that scene that was just green, I was like, oh, mid 2000s, you bastards.
What, like
It's
the
been
Matrix?
a while since
Yeah,
I
like the
watched
Matrix.
it. Yeah, it's been a while since I watched it, but I guess when I watched it, it's not something I noticed.
It's just one scene, and it's a scene that's not actually happening. It's in her head, so I mean, it's not just how like in a lot of movies, like things would just be they would have a blue or green filter over them for like a decade. It was awful.
Yeah. I think the Saw movies are what like really pushed that trend forward.
I finally saw the first Saw movie like a few months ago, and actually really liked that too.
Saw. Okay, so again, this is relevant because Alpha Rookie did the Saw movies, and I was listening to them, and they were like, "Man, these movies aren't really good," and they're just going through, and they're like, you know, this part is good, but these movies aren't good, and I'm like, man, fuck these guys. Like, I liked all these movies. I remember really being into them, and then they said like the smartest thing ever. They're like, "You'll love these movies if you're like a shitty, edgy teenager," and I'm like. Hey,
Yeah.
that's when I watched these.
See, like when they came out, I was a shitty like a shitty 20-year-old.
Oh.
So they didn't like appeal to me at all, and they still don't appeal to me. But I watched the first one because I was like, well, the first one spawned like 80 movies. There has to be a reason, and I liked it. I did like it.
There's no way you were 20.
I don't know. Maybe not.
Saw came out in 2004.
Yeah. I mean, I graduated high school in 2002.
Oh, shit. Wow, I graduated high school in 2006.
Me and Matthew were the same age.
Yeah.
You were the same as Matthew.
Yeah, see? So,
Great,
yeah,
now
I was like,
everybody knows your age.
if I was
All
younger,
10 listeners.
if I was 16 when those movies came out, well, no, because I was like a big pussy. I would watch horror movies.
Were.
Yeah. It's funny how I watch all these horror movies now, and they do nothing to me. Like, I just think,
jaded.
well, it's not that I'm jaded. It's more like, I don't know. Like, the few horror movies, I mean, I think in a way it's a little bit of the Zoloft too. Because it's like,
God.
I think, because it's like, I just enjoy them now, but they don't freak me out. Like, there's this movie called Pin. It's a good movie. It's from like the late, maybe early 80s. But it's about a guy. It's about a kid who grows up, and he's basically like becoming a serial killer, because it's not real reasons. Like, I mean, it's like, it's just weird. Like, his father is a medical doctor, and he's got a sister too. His father's a medical doctor, and like, he won't ever talk. It is a bizarre movie. He has like one of those anatomical, medical mannequin things, and whenever they have like questions about like body stuff, he ventriloquists the mannequin, so it's like the mannequin's talking to them, but the kid is like warped, so he starts thinking that it's a real person.
Oh, okay.
And there's also a part when he's still a kid, he sees one of the nurses like grinding on it because it's anatomically correct. So that like warps him. It's like all these things that happen to him as a kid that warp him as an adult, and then he basically thinks, and I don't know. It's a weird fucking movie, but it really disturbed the shit out of me the first time I saw it like years ago, and then I watched it again. I'm like, ugh, it's not that bad, but you know, I can't think of anything that's really fucked me up since I started like not being like really anxious all the time. I mean.
My God.
I know.
So here's. All right, go ahead.
Hereditary. And
Okay, well, I mean, yeah, Hereditary definitely makes you feel uncomfortable throughout the whole movie.
and
Yeah, I didn't watch Hereditary yet because I'm afraid it's gonna fuck me up.
and Blackcoat's daughter.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, the Blackcoat's daughter is really good. It's got Mitch's favorite person, the actress who plays Sabrina in the show.
Melissa Joan Hart?
No, the new show, the one that's on Netflix.
Oh, Freddie Highmore in a wig.
Yeah. I like her eyebrows. I want to come on her eyebrows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The new Sabrina?
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
the
that show's
shitty one.
garbage.
It
Yeah.
is. That show's
Oh,
terrible.
that show is so fucking terrible. I think, what did we watch? Like the first 3 episodes in hopes that like maybe it would twist and not be lame.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Oh my god. It's like,
So,
ugh.
so
It's like
I could talk about
trying to
that,
pick your
Rose.
nails with a bread knife. Like, ugh.
So she's in it, but she's good in it. It's a movie
Okay.
about. It's a Satan. I guess it's not really giving anything away. It's a satanic possession movie, but it's not shot like, oh, we're gonna make another Exorcist. It's like really subtle, and you're not even really sure. I'm not even really sure if any of the possession stuff was real or not. And it's a good movie. And that movie, when I say it affected me, I don't usually think about a movie much after I watch it, but like I woke up in the middle of the night thinking like, and that movie was on my mind. Same thing with Hereditary. I woke up in that movie. My first thoughts of the day were Hereditary. I'm like, wow, okay, that movie must have really affected me because I'm thinking about this shit. Anyway, the Sabrina show, I wanted to like it. When it does witchy shit, it's a good show, but that show's too preoccupied with SJW horse shit. And I'm not saying that as like, oh, this movie has a woman in it. Oh, such an agenda. I mean, like, the second or third episode is about a bunch of guys bullying a girl. I'm like, I guess that can happen in real life, but I mean, they beat the shit out of her. I couldn't take it seriously. But then the witchy shit was cool when they make them all make out with each other or whatever. It's like Heathers.
Oh, okay. As long as you can get a boner from something.
Yeah. No, but Sabrina's, yeah, it's such a bad show. So crappy. But when they would do witchy shit, I enjoyed it.
It's really bad.
So I would fast forward through everything that didn't have any witchy shit. I watched the whole first season, but I like,
Oh my god.
I think but I watched like 3 minutes of each episode because that's how much witchy shit's in that show. I did the same thing with another show. I actually really liked that first, but then it went on for 3 seasons. The Frontiersman with God, Aquaman. Why can't I remember his name? The guy I want to fuck.
I
Jason
forget
Momoa.
his name too. He patted me on the back.
Jason
Call me
Momoa
buddy.
patted you on the back?
Yeah.
Cool.
That's it, Jason Momoa. Yeah, he was in Boston. I think he was at like a Comic-Con or whatever, and I was walking with my friends, and he just came up behind me, he patted me up, and he was like, "Hey, excuse me, buddy. Looking good." And I was like, "Oh, hi, Jason Momoa."
Oh my god. He seems like a really nice guy, but I got mad at him. I'm mad at him because of the whole
Was it Danielle? Yeah.
the canned water thing that he's trying to hawk. I was like, "Ugh."
Oh, I don't know anything else about
Don't.
him.
Yeah. No, but he's. I'm sure he's all right. No, but that show was good when it had him in it, and then as the seasons went on, he was in it less and less. And I ended up watching the 3rd season in about an hour because that's how much he was in it. I'm like, fuck this. All right. Well, that's everything I have. What are we talking about?
So-
horror movies.
I remember when I was a kid, like I was young.
Yum
You know, everyone has that like movie that they're traumatized of, and they think is the scariest movie in the world.
Yeah, mine's Bill and Ted, the Abe Lincoln scene.
Like shit, really?
That scene used to scare the shit out of me because his eyes got really wide, and I realized as a kid for some reason if someone's eyes got really wide, that would freak me out.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Also, the banner is going to be all us with our eyes taped really wide.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of has to be. I think.
Mine was. It is the least scary movie I think ever made. That's trying to be scary, and it was The Mangler.
Did I see that? Oh wait, isn't that the thing? It's the big cotton press thing.
Anyway, so
That
you hear
movie's
the
not
name
that
The
bad
Mangler.
though.
You hear The Mangler and you're like, oh, it's like a serial killer movie. It's a guy who massacres and kills people and like strews their intestines there. No. A mangler folds sheets,
Yes.
and it was like I don't even know if it was a real Stephen King movie, but it was like that level of quality.
No, it was a Stephen King movie.
movie.
It was based on a Stephen
It
King
is a
novel.
Stephen King movie
Yeah.
where it's like literally it's that fucking Family Guy joke where he's like, haunted lamp. So it's a machine that folds sheets that gets a taste for blood and tries to fold people.
Yeah. But I liked it. I thought it was all right. I mean,
And
it
Robert
wasn't.
Englund is in it,
Yeah.
dressed as an old man.
Yeah. So I saw.
And I
Oh.
saw it like 10 years ago again, and I was like, oh man, I don't know if I'm ready for this. And I'm like, wow, this is the stupidest movie
It
I've
is
fucking
stupid.
ever seen.
It's stupid, but I liked it. So there was like 2 years ago. I probably talked about this on the show before. I didn't talk to you about it. They put like 3 or 4 Stephen King movies up on Amazon Prime like at once, and it was that one. It was Silver Bullet, the werewolf movie, Sleepwalkers, which is a bunch of shape-shifting cat people, and I don't remember the name of this one, but it had the guy who plays Chucky, the voice of Chucky.
Brad Dourif.
Yeah, Brad Dourif. It was a movie. Wait, Brad Dourif wasn't in The Mangler, right? No. This is another movie where it was like there was like some big bat creature in a cave under a warehouse, and he played an exterminator. That was the other movie. Now that one wasn't that good, but I love Brad Dourif, and Brad Dourif was great in it, so I recommend that if you like Brad Dourif. Sleepwalkers was hilarious. It's meant. I don't know if it's meant to be scary, but it is not. And the guy who shapeshifts into this like cat thing, their only weakness is real cats. So at the end of the movie, there's a yard full of cats. So I was like, this is the best movie ever. Bunch of babies. And then Mangler's like, it's just funny that it's a movie about a big fucking sheep. Although they called it a mangler on purpose. Like that thing has killed people.
I mean, yeah, it mangles, but that was during the industrial age when there were like no labor laws.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just saying, it wasn't like it's something you just made up. And then Silver Bullet's the best out of all of them. That movie's actually good. It's got...
I've never heard of that.
It's like this really... I think my favorite werewolf movie is still...
Freaking Werewolf in London?
Howling?
Yeah. No, Howling sucks. I'm sorry. That movie stinks. Especially after watching American Werewolf in London.
Yeah, that movie's great.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Silver Bullet is like... It's almost like it's like if you took the best episode of Goosebumps and like made it even better.
The Haunted Mask?
If you took the Haunted Mask and put a werewolf in it. Actually, wasn't there a werewolf in the Haunted Mask anyway?
No.
No, okay, never mind. But no, it's got one of the fuck those. God, I wish I could remember people's names.
Lee Beth.
Yeah, no, it's got those two brothers that were in a million movies. One was molested all his life.
Oh, the Corys?
Yeah, the Corys, the one that's dead. He's in that movie.
Corey Haim?
Yeah,
Corey Haim.
along with the guy with the big teeth who was in who had a motorcycle accident. Busey.
Goofy.
Yeah, Gary
Busey.
Goofy.
Gary Goofy.
No, but
Is he related to Gooey Gus?
yeah, he's related to Gooey Gus. And it's just a good movie about like kids trying to take down a fucking werewolf. It's just a good movie. I love it. I wanted to get it on Blu-ray, but it's like $30. It's like a Shout Factory fucking joint. But
if you want a movie about kids doing stuff,
The
The
Lost
Life of
Boys.
Altar Boys is pretty good.
The Altar Boys?
Altar Boys.
They fighting vampires?
So it's about these two kids. Now, I'm gonna preface that I haven't watched this in probably like a decade or whatever.
Okay.
And I don't know if I should give, like, not a spoiler, but it is a downer ending.
Okay.
It's about these two kids who are like making a comic book together. And so it like starts off like shitty 80s cartoon, and they're like superheroes representing them, and like, you know, that kind of shit where, you know, what's happening in the comic is representative of what's happening in their real life, so they'll keep cutting back to the comic.
Okay.
And they're altar boys, and they basically like work at this church, but they're big pranksters, so they're always trying to get into mischief and shit. But then they start taking the pranks way too far and going further and further and further and trying to like outdo each other.
Oh.
So it's like slice of life without any of the shitty slice of life stuff, because it's all like, oh yeah, we're gonna steal this St. Mary statue and kick it off the church to piss off the nuns, and then we're gonna draw a comic about it.
So this sounds like Captain Underpants with a fucking religious twist.
Yeah, absolutely. It's Captain Underpants, the movie. I don't know if you've seen it. It's the secret underpants of altar boys,
I
Oh.
did
which is more like
see-
real life than you'd think.
I did see the Captain Underpants movie and I liked it.
Lost Boys is also good. I heard you mention that, probably as a joke, but The Lost Boys is a good movie.
I like the Lost Boys.
Yeah.
Never seen Lost Boys.
Oh man, it's okay. Just another movie to add to your giant list.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna go since Mitch has not said a goddamn thing. I'm gonna go try to see if I can find my list
I think Mitch is fine. Just listening.
and take a little talkie break.
Okay. I love Lost Boys. That movie's the gayest
Lost
movie
Boys-
ever.
Well, because it was directed by Joel Schumacher.
I mean, like I didn't know that, and even so that's the other. Oh no, they're both in that movie. Corey Haim and Corey Feldman.
Yeah.
I think Feldman was the one with the bedroom that has the muscle guy posters.
Sure. It's been a hot minute.
And then it opens up with the muscle guy playing the saxophone. I still believe. Oh my god, that movie's gay, and I love it.
Yeah.
That's also, I would also consider that like a Goosebumps. And when I say Goosebumps, I don't mean Goosebumps. I mean a horror movie that I would let a kid watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Coraline or
Yeah.
or Hereditary.
Yeah, or I would let a kid watch Hereditary or
What?
Midsummer.
I don't think did I mention that I watched Annihilation?
No, did you like it? Please tell me you
Yeah.
liked it. Okay, good.
Yeah.
I love that fucking movie. It's so good.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it.
Oh man,
Very subtle. The ending was a little weird, but whatever.
I liked it though. Like to see the thing about
I liked the ending. Don't get me wrong.
No, I was gonna say like if the whole movie was like the ending, maybe I wouldn't have liked it. But like it's weird enough that it's open to some interpretation to like what exactly happened to them. But I like body horror shit and just paranoia and
What, that fucking bear scene?
yeah, that's really scary.
Yeah.
Screaming like a
Fucking,
person.
Yeah. I think I said Annihilation was the weirdest Tool music video I ever watched.
I just like how I found out about it because of Red Letter Media, and they were saying how because this came out at the same time or around the same time as the Ghostbusters female movie, the female Ghostbusters.
Yeah, like
movie.
maybe like a few months after. I think it came out in like 2017.
Yeah, and they were saying how it's like here's a movie with an all-female cast of very smart characters, good acting
In STEM.
and not a single fucking person has seen it. But Ghostbusters, that was the movie everybody rallied behind.
Yeah.
I actually have Annihilation on Blu-ray. Like it's literally on every single streaming service, but I bought it just because that's how much I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked it a lot.
I think I've seen it 3 times, and I only saw it a couple years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. I love that movie.
Did you watch Ex Machina? I forget.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Okay.
I
Same
didn't.
director.
So I know, and that's why I was disappointed that I didn't like it. Now, why I didn't like it was it just seemed like the characters were acting so stupid.
Yeah.
Like that's my only problem with it. It's not like I thought it was bad acting, but or like
You didn't like it because I allowed your robot to fucking kill you. Spoilers for that movie.
That's the other thing. Like, I think, if anything, I just like the end, like the very end. I think that's just the part I just liked because it's like, I mean, I like evil robots, and women are evil, so it only makes sense that if you make a woman robot, she'll be evil.
She'll be double evil.
Double evil. It's just
That
it's
Asian
like,
robot didn't seem that evil. She was dancing with him with her top off or whatever.
Well, she was like lobotomized.
Oh, well, yeah. That's why when we make female robots, we got to lobotomize them.
Them, yeah. But I think, plus it's not exactly an original story.
No, God, no. It's just like a Twilight Zone episode or some shit.
Yeah, it's like
I guess Black Mirror's more apt, but still.
It's like the difference between Hereditary and Midsummer. Like they're the same director. I love Hereditary. Hated Midsummer. I actually saw Midsummer first, so I didn't.
Hated Midsummer.
I hated Midsummer. I couldn't believe how stupid these people were. Where every shot of anywhere they were, it was just a bunch of drawings of people being murdered, and they stuck. I mean, I understand they're in the middle of nowhere. Where are they gonna go? Like, I'm not saying they were stupid for getting into that situation, but like I hate movies where you know way more than the characters. Like Hereditary, I didn't know what the fuck was going on, and that's why I liked it. But Midsummer, I'm like, you people are in it. You people will be murdered. And watching, and actually it was funny because I watched older movies after I'd seen those two that I'd never seen. Like I never saw Rosemary's Baby until pretty recently. I never saw Exorcist until pretty recently. And then watching these movies, especially Rosemary's Baby, I'm like, oh, that's why he likes naked old people to be in his movies. It's not that that's just weird, is that it's like a 70s movie. There's nothing but naked old people in fucking 70s movies.
Ah, okay.
But no, I hated Midsummer. I wouldn't say no, but I mean I talked about this in the show. I can't honestly say I wouldn't sit here and tell you it's a bad movie. It's not a bad movie. I just don't think it's just not my kind. It's just not for me because it's like they're just so stupid. Those characters are so dumb.
And I have a personal preference. I have a personal what's the word I'm fucking looking for? I have a personal principle where I don't watch movies where the poster is just a crying woman.
Well, I mean that's like any movie. Oh, I did laugh at your fucking joke about when are people going to learn that women looking mean is not going to make me want to watch a movie? Like it was like what was that? It was on Hulu.
No, it was an advertisement on Twitter for some Hulu show where the ad just had two scowling women.
Scowling women.
Why aren't people watching our shows that we advertise exclusively with frowning women? They're so aesthetically pleasing to look at.
Yeah, that was funny. That was pretty funny.
And then people wonder why anime is so big. It's like because the women smile.
Yeah.
Because they're drawn that way.
It was, but it was interesting. Like, so I saw Annihilation. I loved Annihilation. Didn't like Ex Machina. Then Midsummer. I watched that first, and so I was thinking like, geez, I hope I like Hereditary, and I really liked Hereditary. Have you seen Annihilation, Alex?
Mortal Kombat Annihilation?
Yeah. That one. No, the movie. The movie.
God, we should have seen
movie
that coming from a
Annihilation? I have
mile
not.
away, and we didn't.
Annihilation is streaming on literally everything. If you ever have if you have a free 2 hours, I think it's about 2 hours. Maybe it's not that long actually.
No, I think it's about 2, but that's a good movie.
It's like this group of scientists go into they call it the Shimmer. It's like this bubble dome that's growing outward, covering a large distance of land in a radius. And they're trying to they go into it to try to find what's causing it. And as they're in there, they realize that everything's. It's not. I guess this isn't a spoiler, but I don't want to tell you too much. The DNA of everything that's within this bubble is changing, and it's just like shit gets weird. It just gets weird, and it's just like I love that movie. It's like one of my favorite movies ever, and it's full of women.
Scowling.
Yeah. No.
Not really. Even,
Not really.
no.
Actually, no. They're trying to have a good time at first.
Yeah.
One of them's even a lesbian. That was the other thing they mentioned on Red Letter Media. It was like, it was almost like it's like you take the Ghostbusters 2016 movie, you make the complete opposite of that. But you're keeping the same things. Like there's women scientists. One of them's a lesbian. They kick ass.
You take all the elements that they put in that movie, and then you make a movie that's good.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was trying to say.
And you get Annihilation.
All right, let me ask you a question.
Yeah, I don't like women.
Because now I'm like I don't want to be too controversial here.
But women, yeah.
but like when you say one of them's a lesbian, is that her entire character, or
No.
does she just happen to be a lesbian?
No, that's what we're
'Cause
talking about.
Actual progressiveness is.
There's like no part in this movie where they're like, I'm a woman and a scientist.
No,
Get
the joke. It was like
fucked,
it was
men.
almost. It was actually a joke scene because they were all about they're all talking about how they're gonna go into this, and like no one's come out of this thing alive. So they're like one of the last groups that are gonna go in there. So the new person on the team, she starts hitting on her.
Natalie Portman.
The lesbian starts hitting on Natalie Portman, not like aggressively, and the other ones go, "Geez, isn't there anything you won't hit on?" He's like, "We might be dead tomorrow. I'm gonna take my shot." So it was funny.
Oh yeah, that's how you do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Good.
Good movie.
Maybe.
It's also weird.
Shitty to me.
It's also a weird movie seeing two former Star Wars stars from two different eras of Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
You got Natalie Portman, and then you've got Oscar
3PO.
Isaac.
Oh yeah, Oscar Isaac's in that movie too.
Well, it was the same director as Ex Machina, so of course they're like, "Hey, Oscar, baby, come back here and look like Matt in this movie." And he looks like you. Never mind. I'm not going to say anything because that's actually a huge spoiler.
Yeah,
but...
don't say anything. And I like it too because like I like horror movies that are. I like to have weird moments, not entirely weird movies. And at the end of Annihilation, super weird. So I liked it.
Yeah. Alex, you weren't here a few minutes ago, but I described it as a Tool music video.
Oh no.
Yeah.
And I mean that in the least worst way possible.
Yeah. No claymation.
Parabolas.
Yeah, it's not Maynard saying we need to let the rabbits wear glasses or whatever the fuck.
Oh, I talked about this movie before too, but a movie I didn't like, a horror movie I didn't like, was Us, and I haven't seen, nor will I ever see, whatever that other movie
Get
was.
Out.
Get Out. I won't see Get Out.
Get Out's
Us,
good.
the one with the people with the clones. They're evil clones.
Us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It was.
I wanted to see that. Erica wanted to see that.
Well,
but it sucks.
It starts out fine. Like again, I like horror movies where I don't know what's happening. I guess if anything, I just like mystery horror. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, at least for 45 minutes, I was like, man, what is happening? Even though in the first 5 minutes I called it exactly, which sucked because I was like, I hate when I can kind of guess something and be right, and I was right, but
Oh, okay.
the whole
Art was right. Oh,
yes, I did see that and it was good.
Smiling Friends.
Yeah, Smiling Friends was actually... I don't know if I liked it because Mike was voicing that character, but I did like it. I mean, I should say, what drew me into watching it was that. And then when I found out the guy who does Sick Animations is also involved, I was like, oh, fuck, I love that guy.
I figured you'd hate it because Psychic Pebbles is like the main force behind it, but yeah.
I like him now. I think he's really funny.
Man, you turn around.
Well, his voice is so annoying.
And he voices one of the main characters in that fucking pilot.
But I don't find it annoying anymore because it's like he knows he sounds like a goblin.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
I thought. You see, why I hated him was because I thought he was putting that voice on.
No, that's just the way he talks.
Yeah, which is like once I found out that's what he actually sounds like, then I gave him a shot, and he's legitimately funny.
I much prefer his when he does the old woman voice.
Yes, very Monty Python.
Here. Yeah, I think he's just in here.
Yeah.
Desmond! Yeah. The smiling face.
I hope he's not sleeping. No, that was good. And the fact that he did the Mr. Plinkett voice for that character. Is this supposed to not make me want to kill myself?
And they just draw him holding a gun to his temple the entire episode. Like they're at the theme park, they're on roller coasters and like bumper cars and shit. And he's just holding a gun.
I love that little Australian character too. Like when they're on the roller coaster, he kisses him. He kisses him on the jowl. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That was
my god.
And I got my piece of cheese, and oh, you come here, you crazy
character. I just
character.
wanted my cheese.
That's good. I hope it gets picked up. It's only a pilot, right?
Yeah, it probably won't though.
It won't because it actually has. Let me see. So I haven't watched Adult Swim in a long time, but what this has different from what I remember Adult Swim is that it has production value, a plot, jokes. It's a show. I mean, everything else on Adult Swim really sucked fucking dick. So it won't get...
Except for the Eric Andre show. That's the one thing.
Yeah, that's true. I do like that now, too. I really turned around on that.
I knew you'd come around.
Fuck.
It's because it's the kind of show we would make if we had that budget.
No, the kind of show I would make is the Weird Al show.
Isn't that just the same fucking thing, though?
No. And he hates that show, apparently, because they told him he had...
I think he's been on the Eric Andre show, hasn't he?
I don't know. I haven't seen every episode.
I don't know.
Weird Al Yankovic show is good. I actually like that it would have these weird moral stories at the end, but like he hated that. It was like something that the producers made him do.
Well, you mean like how Animaniacs did that as a gag?
Yeah, no, he had to do
the
that.
Wheel of Morality.
Yeah, the Wheel of Morality. Turn. Tell me the lesson that we should learn. Moral
People in glass houses shouldn't throw stones, and they should also get changed with the lights off.
I can remember any specific ones.
That's the only one that ever stuck with me.
Hey, Wheel of Morality just got a lot funnier. I'm starting to think Animaniacs may be way smarter than I gave it credit for when I was 5.
Yeah, that show is really good.
Did you ever see the one clip where they're talking over the credits and they're just making fun of all the producers and like the credits? Yeah, that's great.
Not like I ever tried, but it still kind of burns me up inside to think that fucking Nostalgia Critic interviewed them.
Oh yeah. I actually played through Monkey Island
The first one?
special edition like this past week, and both Rob Paulson and Wacko, Jess Harnell, I think his name is. They're both in that.
Darnell, yeah.
Now, Rob Paulson's voiced everyone. You know the voice that you hear inside your head? That's also Rob Paulson.
No, I know, but Jess Harnell was in there too. I'm like, oh, there's Wacko, sweet.
He's great, and I love how he looks like Slash.
Yeah, he looks
My
like
God,
he's
such a
in a
fucking
metal
rock
band,
star.
right?
What?
Jess Harnell's
He's
in
such
a
a
metal
rock
band.
star.
Is he in a rock band? I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. He's great.
You just wouldn't expect that. You wouldn't expect like, I don't know what to do when you fucking look at him. It's great.
I had a potty emergency for real. I forget what day, but like it was 10 minutes before like a meeting, and I almost shit my pants. But the whole time I'm just thinking about potty emergency.
Oh, Jess Harnell in Monkey Island Special Edition is the shopkeeper. Because you and me watched Kate play through that. The guy, be right back.
Oh yeah.
That's him.
Oh, I can hear it now. Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, see?
I'm usually pretty good at picking out people's voices, but he's actually a good voice actor.
I swear Mark Hamill is in that fucking game as like as a few characters, but apparently it's not according to the credits.
Oh, that
so,
sucks.
Yeah.
Like him, I picked out him when it wasn't it was some DC cartoon, I forget what it was called, but he played Swamp Thing. And I'm like, "Wait a minute, that's fucking that's totally him," and it was.
That's pretty cool casting.
But he's got like 4 voices. So it's kind of hard. It's I'm not saying that, oh, what a loser, he only has 4. I'm saying it's once you watch enough stuff you could pick him out.
Yeah, it's just it's a gravelly old man voice. It's probably Mark Hamill.
Yeah. And like, oh,
Mark
I saw
Hamill
unless it's
really
the
only
Joker, then
has
he's
two
got like
voices.
What'd you say, Alex?
Hamill only really has 2 voices. Like he's really good at the voices he does, but he has grumbly voice, like fucking what's his face from Regular Show.
Yeah. Skips.
And the Joker, and that's
Yeah,
it. Every voice he does is one of those 2.
with a British flair.
Yeah, I guess because remember he did the drill sergeant in that Simpsons episode. But that's like it's like his voice with a southern thing going on.
Actually, I didn't remember that.
Oh, okay. So that's what I mean by 4 voices. I guess, yeah, he has 2 voices, but then he could put accents and stuff to him. What's another
He's
guy?
got 2 voices with modifiers.
Well, that's the thing. The Swamp Thing has a modifier on his voice. That's why at first I couldn't tell
pedal.
if it was him. Yeah,
And he just pushes it like a guitar pedal, and it just adds a flair to his voice.
yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it turns on his British mode.
What's the other one? Oh, I started watching that Owl House. The same guy who did Gravity Falls.
No, that's his girlfriend, I think, or his wife.
Uh,
I know what you're talking about, but I'm pretty sure that's made by like his wife.
yeah,
and
no, you're
stuff.
right. I'm saying he was involved.
I think he
somehow.
works on it, but yeah.
I like it. The first episode is really cute, but I mean, I'm gonna have to wait till it's on Disney Plus because the first episode's on YouTube. Is the only way. That was how I watched it.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna go to one of these like Chinese streaming sites.
What's the premise?
The premise is this girl who's like a weirdo goes. I mean, like she's like into fantasy stuff. She gets in trouble at school, so her mom's trying to send her to summer camp to like buckle down and stop and not basically so she's not such a weirdo. And a portal opens up with like an owl, and she follows the owl into like a fantasy world where this woman is selling stuff from our world but like completely wrong. So it's like she's holding like a it's a TV, but she calls it like a magic window or something, shit like that. But it's just cute. It's like there's this guy. It's funny because the owl witch looks like. Do you know the character from Tenchi Muyo?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I forget now. I forget her name now. I knew it.
Blue hair.
The blue hair one. It looks just like her. What's funny too is that the woman who voices her is we watched another cartoon too, and she was the voice. But do you remember that show Just Shoot Me?
Yeah.
She's the older. I know she wasn't old, but they always made fun of her for being like the older lady, the one with the black hair, like the glamorous one.
That's BoJack Horseman's mom.
Okay. I know she does a lot of voice work, and her voice is hot, sexy hot. But yeah, she
Doesn't Just Shoot Me, is what they were saying.
Oh yeah.
although I like.
That's where I know her from because as a child, I watched an embarrassing amount of Just Shoot Me.
I did too, and it was because I had a huge crush on the main chick. I still do. Her
I did not.
giant knockers. I had a
She was
crush.
too much eyebrows for me.
Oh, I like big eyebrows. I really do.
Okay.
I don't know why, but I just really like big eyebrows.
Anyway, well, you like your women mannish. We've been over this.
I know. Even though you're the one who likes them. Yeah, I like manly women. You like boy women. At least I'm legal about it.
What does that mean?
You like women who look like little boys, flat and all that shit.
I don't know. I like that. And
Yeah,
short
well,
hair,
all right. Like I said, at least I'm not a pedophile. I like
Speaking of
men
which,
women.
I need to watch. Speaking of which, I need to watch Brand New Animal.
What is that?
Trigger's new show.
Oh, gross.
You know
Is
how,
this just a single image that they just? It's like those old like Marvel cartoons where they have a mouth behind the fucking picture.
No, it's not Inferno Cop, but Inferno Cop's still good. No, Brand New Animal. I think Netflix got the rights, so they haven't. It's been it's been premiering in Japan week by week, I guess. But since it's here, they want everyone to binge watch it, so it's not out yet. I think I'm probably gonna have to go to one of those Chinese sites to watch it. But you know how like Beastars came out?
Yeah, I was actually gonna ask you. Have you seen any of that?
I think Trigger made a furry show as well, and it's called Brand New Animal, and I think it's about furries playing basketball. Like.
I want to watch Beastars. I think
I should watch Beastars because I
it
like Land of the
like,
Lustrous.
It looks like anime Zootopia. Like that's basically what it is, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that studio does really good 3D animation work. Alex, I don't think was around when I was talking about Land of the Lustrous, which is literally Steven Universe but good.
Yeah, that show finally ended. Thank God.
Yeah. Alex, for context, Land of the Lustrous is an anime about girls who are the manifestations of gemstones, and they have to fight a threat from outer space.
So it is Steven Universe.
Yeah, but it's good, and it's like one of the only anime that does 3D that's like fucking amazing.
Sorry, Erica just got an item out of a tree and was really excited about it, and it's a kitty litter box.
Nice.
That's very unfortunate.
If she doesn't want it, send it to me.
Send it to
Out
him
of
if you don't
context,
want
it just sounds like your girlfriend just got bonked on the head by a cat litter box, like from a real tree. And that image is just funny to me.
No, that's what happened. Pay attention, Mitch. Jesus.
Sorry, I have something in my eye.
So I was at work the other day, and Erica, we were talking on the phone, and Erica was like, "I'm just watching some shitty magical girl anime." And she like explained this whole fucking premise that just sounded like every other anime because there's really only 3 kinds of anime.
Yeah.
And so she's going through it and she's just like, yeah, I don't really know what's going on, but there's like a naked girl and one who transforms and there's witches and it kind of doesn't make sense, but it kind of makes sense. And there's a lot of trippy shit and whatever. And I don't know if I'm going to keep watching it, but it sure was weird. And I might. And then I come home and she's like, you just have to see the opening to this. And I'm like, oh, fuck, it's Madoka Magica.
I figured.
Yeah.
That's another show I refuse to watch.
Did she get to the part yet?
I don't know what that means, Mitch. There's a lot of parts.
Like 3 episodes in, there's a part where the show takes its fucking kid gloves off and it's like, here's what the show's actually about.
Well, how many episodes did you watch? 2. She watched 2.
Yeah, she should watch the 3rd episode.
The 3rd one is the one with the part in it.
Oh, the part.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's when the show stops being a that's when the show turns into fucking Evangelion.
Okay.
Not just Evangelion, end of Evangelion.
I don't know.
Yeah, it turns
her, so I'm gonna say that's when the show takes its kid gloves off.
His kid touching gloves off.
Yeah.
That's another show. That's another show I refuse to watch.
Yeah, but again, it's a good show.
You say that.
It's well done.
It's that show, Prison School. I still won't watch Prison School.
I should watch Prison School. But yeah, no, Alex, watch Land of the Lustrous. It has all of the flat-chested, short-haired girls in it. Actually, I don't even know if they're girls.
I
they're,
should
like,
say
technically androgynous because they're gemstones.
I have no thing against flat-chested women either. I'm just saying you keep saying I like mannish women, even though they're not mannish.
No,
What's
but
wrong
like,
with thick eyebrows? Thick eyebrows are.
No, hold on. Because you like women with jawlines like fucking Ash from The Evil Dead, whereas like I like demure women.
I mean, like I could name a lot of women I like who aren't like that. But
I
would
say
say like Rogue from the '90s cartoon.
She has a chin like Ash from The Evil Dead.
No, she doesn't.
Yeah, she has hair like a dude, like
It's not. It's hair like for an '80s woman.
for an '80s action star. Yes,
Yeah.
she has hair like Haas Delgado from Grim and Mandy.
Bitch, this art style.
What?
What, for
Oh, this
Land of the Lustrous?
lustrous art style.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that bad.
It's like the best 3D animation I've seen in anime that isn't a movie.
It's well, okay. If you're talking about animation, I don't know because I'm looking at pictures.
Yeah,
Art style is
it
like
just
if
looks
you
like
drew
anime. I don't know what you're talking about.
a stick figure next to another stick figure and then connected the lines.
What are you looking at? Send me a picture.
Yeah,
You're
I
on
have to
Discord.
see.
Go to Google Images and type in Land of the Lustrous and then look at any character. They're like a line. They're the skinniest, weirdest looking things. It's
Yeah,
not even
they're
like,
fucking
it's
weird
an anime
gemstone
girl. Wait,
people.
don't cut me off with it's an anime thing. Shut up. These are their proportions are super weird. They're like crazy tall.
No, they're just skinny. And I've seen
know.
weirder proportions. Have you seen any anime that was made by Clamp? Have you ever seen Code Geass?
No, fuck that show.
Yeah, this is not as bad as like Code Geass. Like Jesus.
Okay, I'm gonna say this because I say this a lot to a lot of people. Just because one thing is not as bad as another thing doesn't make that first thing not bad.
I don't know. I like Land of the Lustrous because that studio is good at doing this stuff. I will probably watch Beastars, even though I probably shouldn't because it's going to awaken something in me.
Oh,
All right, hold on.
please.
Back me up, Erica, or not, or don't call me a shithead. Do these look a little too tall and skinny and weird to you?
Oh God.
You gotta send me. I gotta see this. Hold on. I gotta look this
Yeah,
up.
no, it's just me. I'm an asshole, right?
I cannot explain what makes me
Real.
chorny.
Yeah. Burst out into
I'm
laughter.
so horny.
I'm so horny.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
What was it? I only DM'd her once.
Legs are the size of a human, and the rest of their body is just there.
Yeah, see, I don't mind this stuff. Well, I kind of like anything.
I like the aesthetic of them like chipping away. I think that's unique and interesting.
Yeah, that's like a plot point.
You're a plot
yeah.
point.
Well, that's really cool. It's just like the style itself is a little off-putting.
I don't know if I'd call it style as much as it is like the proportions, because if you're just looking at the faces, they're just anime.
Yeah.
The faces are fine. It's the proportions, but that's an art style.
They have really long legs. That's all I
Yeah.
noticed.
You don't like legs?
What, you do?
I like when my girls have. You know what? Nah, I like when my characters have a torso that is about the same size as their legs.
This looks about the same as that new Sailor Moon that came out a few years ago.
Oh, Christ.
I dig humans.
Nah.
They're not human.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot how long Gemstone's legs were. I'm the asshole.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
are the
idiot.
asshole. Dumbass.
Whoops.
Oopsie
You've
poopsie.
never seen a diamond with long legs and fucking a sword or whatever?
This is like when
I
I
have,
showed you
I
guys. This is like when I showed you guys that fuck, what was that anime I showed you with like they had eyes bigger than their entire bodies.
Any 90s show.
Yeah, well, it was a
Slayers.
90s show. Fuck. Oh, what's it called? Shamanic Princess.
Oh.
We're also talking to the guy who can't watch JoJo because the art style is terrible.
Yeah, that sucks.
You're objectively wrong about that,
Yeah,
but
he
I understand. I understand. You're just wrong, but it's
Yeah.
okay.
I get it. Listen, I've put peacock feathers as a filter over so many things and made everything look like you were watching it through a stained glass window too. I've done that. I've played around in Photoshop.
They don't do that all the time.
It's just not for me.
They don't do that all the time, but like I do appreciate that JoJo does the weird thing where they change the colors all the time because he just does that for the covers of his manga. Like they'll just be wearing, like there's no set color for their clothes in the
Yeah,
manga.
it's just not for me. And again, it's
Right.
another weird proportions thing.
You're also right. I'm not going to
Honestly,
disagree with you there.
Honestly, it's funny because I think Eric and I disagree with this, but I actually think the intro looks really great. The 3D models with like the flat
Yeah.
coloration.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
good.
Okay. So if you like that animation, you should watch Land of the Lustrous, despite your misgivings about the.
2D animation, just like it's almost like they just never had a character model
Well,
and they were like, we
it's
hired
less
everyone.
that.
There's like a team of 50 people, and they're all like, all right, you're gonna do the first 2 minutes of this scene. You're gonna do the first 2 minutes of this scene. You're gonna do all the close-up shots. Draw Joe Star, and everyone's like, what does he look like? Just draw him. You don't have to know that.
I think they're just trying. They're just trying to copy.
Eyes, and sometimes he's got thick eyeliner, and sometimes he's got normal man eyes. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah, they're just trying to emulate the manga because like Araki kind of does that too. But like to his credit, Araki is an amazing artist. If you look at like panels from Steel Ball Run, like they're drawn exceptionally well. It's just
that's because
it doesn't translate to animation quite as well.
Well, Steel Ball Run is also his most recent work. I mean, he's definitely gotten better.
No, he's
time.
been doing JoJo Lion for a while. JoJo Lion, however the fuck you pronounce. I haven't read part 8, so I don't know. But
no, but I mean, oh, okay. I didn't know. I didn't even know there was a part 8. So, but still, what I'm saying is, Steel Ball Run is from what 2010.
Yeah, ish.
Yeah, I mean,
You didn't know about JoJo Lion?
Oh, I didn't know that was part 8.
Part 8, yeah, it's fucking it's Josuke, but he's wearing a sailor costume for some reason, and he's got like 3 balls. Yeah.
Also heard that there's a dog in that show that slowly just becomes a man face.
Yes,
absolutely. Anymore.
Because Araki cannot draw dogs to save his life. It's probably why every time a dog shows up in that show, it fucking dies. But eventually, they get a Boston Terrier that eventually just turns into a Boston Terrier with a JoJo face.
Now, I took that. I don't know if that was just because he can't draw dog faces and just said.
I do.
Okay, because I thought maybe that was more like, he was becoming more of a character. And
that too, but like, I love it either way. Especially because they copied it in the show where it's like Iggy shows up in the first episode where he's in, and it's just like, oh, that's just a Boston Terrier. It's just an ugly ass dog.
I mean, I've said this before. Like, I just, unless if it's just bad, I appreciate weird art. Like, I like how JoJo's weird. I like how stuff sometimes just looks different, even though it shouldn't.
It's an acquired taste for sure. Yeah. My sister won't watch JoJo for the same reason, and I'm like, I don't blame you, because I thought it looked weird when I first saw it, but now I'm just used to it. So,
it's just not for me. Like, I'm kind of past like tearing into stuff because I know it just pisses people off.
Yeah.
I just get it. It's just not for me, and I'm also not the kind of person who can skip around. Most people go like, watch like the first 2 episodes and then just go right to season 2. That's not my thing. I can't do that.
Well, I don't like.
So if I can't watch it from the beginning, then I just don't know if I will ever finish watching it.
Well, that's JoJo, because it's like you could technically start at the beginning of a part because they're all supposed to be like their own self-sufficient stories, but like you get a lot more out of it if you watch from part 1 onward.
I mean, I only do that for stuff where it's like, I mean, yeah, I totally skipped around Sabrina, but I had already made the decision that I was not going to like that show no matter what it did. And with Frontiersman, that was like the 3rd season, so I was like, I don't got time to watch all this fucking side characters I do not give a fuck about.
Yeah.
And new side characters. I hate when when shows like introduce. Well, not. I mean, when they introduce new characters that suck. I should say.
What, like Poochie or?
Poochie was great.
Wait, does Poochie show up in JoJo? I'm back in.
He should.
Yeah, fucking Iggy.
They're gonna get to the stand factory.
Actually, no. I would argue that in part 5, the one that they just finished animating, every character on the team other than the main character is Poochie, because they get way more screen time and importance.
Hey, I have a question for you. This is a general question that's semi-relevant. So, like, why is it that when America comes out with like a I can't think, like an adaptation, they always feel the need to change it for audiences because it's like, A, we want to reach a general audience, and B, we quote unquote want something new for someone who already knows the story. But when Japan adapts a manga into an anime, it's like, no, do it as close to shot by shot, panel by panel as we possibly can.
Because I actually have an explanation for this, because manga is just storyboards anyway.
Yeah.
When you really think about it. And America is run by Jewish people, so they have to change everything to subvert our expectations.
I guess so.
That's why The Witcher has black characters in it, even though they wouldn't exist.
You had me for a minute.
No, but like that's the reason. It's because they want it, like they do just want to reach a general audience. They're like, we got to change it so people don't think it's weird and niche. Whereas Japan, especially in the case of JoJo, it's like, no, we're going to copy this and make this exactly as to the manga as possible because JoJo's a fucking 30-year long running manga series that's highly regarded over there. So of course they're going to give it the reference it deserves. I mean, there's that
like,
90.
They literally do that with everything. Like I am no anime.
I am not an anime.
I don't know a shit, but like the ones I do know about, anytime it's like, oh, let me look into this further, it's like, oh no, I've seen it. There is like no extra material.
Hey, that's not true. Ishizoku reviewers fucking added a bunch of sex scenes that weren't in the manga.
It's almost like I said I didn't watch a lot of anime, but the ones that I watch.
Well, you didn't watch Ishizoku reviewers?
I remember. No, what the fuck is that?
That's a show that takes place in a fantasy realm where a bunch of dudes who like live in this fantasy realm decide to go to all the different brothels where all the different monster girls have sex with you, and then they rate the sex.
It's dumb as shit.
It's great.
And that sounds like a lot of fun. And it's
honestly very funny
anime. What's it called? Because that sounds.
Interspecies reviewers or Ishizoku reviewers. People have been putting like the uncensored versions up on like Pornhub and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. I like it. It's funny.
It sounds funny.
Yeah.
I won't say any more than that. But yeah, no, manga really are just like fucking storyboards. When you have a bunch of really well-made drawings to go off of and there's not a big need for a ton of animation all the time, then yeah, it would make sense why they would just copy the manga and add animation where they need to.
You know what anime I've been watching that's awesome? Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yu-Gi-Oh! Is awesome.
Dude, you know, like, I hadn't seen the show in a long time. And the only thing that's in my memory right now is those stupid ass 4-star dubs. And like,
oh, the what Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridged?
Yeah. And my friend Paul, he was texting me, and he's just like, I started watching Yu-Gi-Oh! The dubbed, obviously, on Netflix.
Yeah.
It's also on Hulu, but I started watching it on Netflix too.
Yeah.
And he's like, this show is so funny. I was like, dude, I know. Like, I mean, that show was what made me realize that shows get censored when they come over here or changed.
Well, when they're pointing their fingers at Kaiba because they can't have him holding guns.
Yeah, and it's like, but I didn't really remember the show too well. I just remembered like the goofy shit. I'm watching this and I'm like
Bandit Keith.
Yeah, I'm like, you know what? Like, I didn't watch it from the beginning. I started at the two. Well, they're not both racist Chinese stereotypes, but the two bald twin guys.
Yeah, the dudes in like the labyrinth or whatever.
Yeah, I started watching it there, and like, there's this episode with my Valentine battles Taya.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this episode's like actually good. Like, she's like trying to get Yu-Gi-Oh! To stop being a pussy, and like Taya's voice actress is actually really good.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, and then I realized I only like the only good episodes are the ones that made My Valentine. and the other episodes are just goofy because it's like you have fucking oh god, I got heartburn thinking about Yu-Gi-Oh. Fucking
you activated my trap card.
Yeah. Oh my god, there's this virus crush card, and I was like, oh my god, he gave Yu-Gi-Oh! COVID.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
Now, I'm gonna suggest something. I don't even know if you're gonna want to do this, but if you like the fucking dubbed version of like the card game show, you really should go find the first 7 or so volumes of the manga that like have almost nothing to do with the card game because it's the same shit.
I've seen some of the episodes, the animated versions of that where it's like
season 0.
Oh my god, season 0 is fucking outrageous. It's so
no, I mean
good.
that's what the manga is. I say this all the time. Fucking the Pharaoh immolates 2 different people in volume 1.
Well, it's great.
2 separate chapters.
Because he's holding a gun on him, and then he puts the shot glass of like alcohol on his hand.
Vodka, yeah.
And then
he puts the lighter on his hand. He's like, we can only use one finger.
Oh, that's right.
The criminal's like, yeah, I'll just use my pointer finger and blow you away. And then like Yugi uses his thumb. He's like, oh yeah, I guess I want you to light my cigarette before I kill you. And then he just lights the guy's cigarette, and then puts it down on his hand while he's pouring vodka. It's like, yeah, so I mean, you can shoot me, but you're gonna set yourself on fire too.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. The manga is just that.
Oh, okay. I should watch that.
Kaiba builds a fucking theme park solely dedicated to killing Yugi and his friends because Yugi beat him in a card game once.
That's what I said to my
I'm
friend.
not kidding. He's like, oh, you want to go to the haunted house section where I hired an actual serial killer to, like with a chainsaw to fucking
I
kill
forgot
you?
about that.
Dude, it's awesome. Yu-Gi-Oh! Volumes like 1 through 7 are fucking amazing. Fucking Joey's old gang attacks Yugi and his friends and with yo-yos. And that's the whole gimmick of that story arc is we're getting attacked by the yo-yo gang.
My younger brother really likes Yu-Gi-Oh! And I don't know anything about Yu-Gi-Oh!
Hey, Yug.
So I forget why it came up. It was probably some dumb joke that I decided to like ask a question about, because my understanding, I think I heard the explanation of Yu-Gi-Oh! From someone who didn't really like Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh.
Yeah.
And so I just assumed it was true the whole time because I also didn't care. And it was my understanding that Yu-Gi-Oh's or whatever, like, is his name Yugi? Like, is his name?
The main character is Yugi Moto. The pharaoh that possesses him is Yami Yugi.
Got it. You can stop. So, and you will know why you can stop.
Okay.
Stop it.
So Yugi Yomi Yummy
Yummy mummy.
Did we say that at the same time?
No, I said yummy mummy.
My understanding that his special power was to become like 4 years older so he could just enter tournaments.
Honestly?
Yeah.
Honestly? Yeah.
Like, he was just a little too young to enter tournaments, and he was possessed by a pharaoh who let him become like 4 years older just to meet the age requirements.
Pretty much, yeah.
He became possessed by Pharaoh
So
to become a little older, good at games,
A little wiser.
to the point where it can almost be considered cheating,
Yeah.
and confident.
Well, okay, so I decided to say that to my brother, and I was like, so is Yu-Gi-Oh's power that he just gets a little older? And then instead of yes or no, or haha, or lol, I got the entire premise of everything from Yu-Gi-Oh! In like a block of text longer than our rights.
Well, it's a very complicated story, Alex.
Yeah.
And later on that day, I picked him up.
Physically.
Yes, I physically picked him up. And thank you, Mitch, for kind of exemplifying the issue. I was like, oh shit, what's his name? And he decided to then vocally tell me everything he had sent me in text on the car drive over.
But see, Alex, like, you don't understand.
Unnecessary. I just needed to know his name so I could forget it again.
No, see, you don't understand because his name is Yugi, but Yu-Gi-Oh means King of Games because back in the ancient Egyptian days there were these things called the Shadow Games, and then there's also 7 Millennium items.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Anyway, Kaiba's secret power is money, and
yeah,
because he has every card except every time Yugi does something. That's what I see.
I mean, they do.
What I like the show is because like every time they play every match, every duel, Yugi does something that the other person's never ever fucking seen before, and it's just like
like shooting,
duelist.
like using a monster called Catapult Turtle to launch some other monster at the flotation ring of another card that isn't even a game mechanic. Yeah. So it comes crashing down on all the guy's other cards. It's nonsense. At least until they get to like Battle City, it's like, all right, we're actually gonna follow the rules of the card game now, but we're gonna make up new cards as we go along.
That's why that season sucks. Because I like the first season because it's just outrageously stupid.
Yeah.
But when I say it's stupid, like the game, the match, the duels are stupid, but the acting, they take it so seriously
because it's for kids, and I love Dan Green and just his ability to like make anything sound awesome as the Pharaoh.
Yeah,
that's not fair, Mitch. You can't downplay a show just because it's for children.
No, but I mean, like, they made a card game based off this, but then they were like, oh, also, like, from here on out, any card we need to make up for the purposes of, like, getting Yugi out of a very specific situation in the story, we're going to do, and also put in the card game.
Oh, no. My God. I just love how it's like Dark Magician!
No, it's great.
Yeah, it's great. Like, it's great.
I unironically love that dub because of that stupid bullshit.
No, he's great. Him and Kaiba, the voice actors are fantastic.
Well, because Kaiba's just Brock.
Oh, no shit.
Kaiba's Brock. Pegasus is just James.
Yes, I wanted to get to Pegasus as fast as possible because he's just delicious. He's just, oh my god.
I'm going to play Toon Summon Skull.
You break into my inner sanctum and call me the thief? It's so fucking great.
I told you I saw that Bonds Beyond Time, like 10th anniversary movie where they combine Yu-Gi-Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh GX, and Yu-Gi-Oh 5Ds, and they all battle this one guy. But the best part of that entire movie is when the bad guy goes back in time to Yugi's time and like destroys the town. And Pegasus's last words before dying are, "It's my worst fear. I'm being upstaged." And then a building falls on him. You know everyone's dead because when they show a sweeping shot of the entire city being destroyed, you just see everyone's hats lying around, so you know everyone's fucking dead.
Oh my god.
Yugi picks up his grandfather's cap and he's like, "Oh my god."
He's really like is it actually the same voice actor?
It's the same because it's 4 kids, yeah.
Okay, I'm just making sure, but it's like James if he just minced himself into oblivion.
It's James if he was even more gay.
Yeah, well that's what I'm saying. Minced yeah. Oh, it's so good.
Because it's 4 kids and they're based out of Texas, so like... anytime they need like a racist stereotype to voice act, they do it. Like when Shadi shows up and it's just like, get the most Egyptian sounding guy you can find.
Well, even the racist Asian character was voiced by like a Korean. I was like, oh, all right.
Right. No, but I'm just saying I love it because it was like back in a time where it's like, yeah, you could just do this.
Oh yeah.
Fuck it.
My friend said Joey sounds like someone who would call a black guy a spook.
He absolutely does. It's true. I love it.
He does.
Hey, you, we got to get rid of these fucking spooks on this here island.
Hey, you, I never seen so many spooks in my life.
I'm going to steal the starships.
What they going to do about it? Run to the cops?
There's no cops on this island. It's just Battle Royale.
It's just Battle Royale with cards. God, that show is so good. It's so good.
I know. Really, go back and find those manga volumes, though, because the stories are... Tying back to what we were talking about earlier, the stories in season 0 are actually different than the ones in the manga. Like there's a lot of similar stories, but like they end or like they go about them differently, which is it's nice. So you kind of get a different take on. I don't know. And there's just some stories I don't think even show up in season 0. Like when reading that Yu-Gi-Oh manga, you just assume everyone in Japan is trying to scam or kill you because like the second or third fucking chapter, like Joey wants to get some new I should say Jonuchi goes to get some new fucking sneakers from this guy who runs a sneaker shop who they call the Scorpion. And it's because he put a scorpion in the sneakers and he told Jonuchi to reach his hand in there. It's like, yeah, if you're brave enough to reach in there and grab this 100 yen coin while a scorpion's in there, you get the sneakers.
Oh my god.
It's crazy. Yeah.
I mean, maybe it used to be like that, Japan.
Some
like,
fucking like the
JoJo's
second
like
chapter.
that too.
Yeah, no, dude, if the Yu-Gi-Oh manga was not inspired by both Derby fights, I would be genuinely shocked. There's so much overlap between like Stardust Crusaders and this shit, specifically the 2 Derby fights, but like because it's just gambling.
Yeah, you're right.
It's like the first chapter, it's just a school bully beats up Jonuchi and Honda, Tristan and Joey because they're picking on Yugi before they became friends. And he's like, "Yeah, I beat them up for you. Now you owe me like 100,000 yen or I'm going to beat you up too." But then Yugi solves a Millennium Puzzle and he's like, "Yeah, okay, meet me at the school at night. I brought like 400,000 yens, but we're going to play a game for it where we put the pile of money on our hands, we stab it with a knife, and you get to keep whatever you stab." And that's it.
That was in the show.
Yeah, but instead they're playing like cards on a dome like at the school, and like whatever card you pick up means you get to move that many steps up. They're tied by a rope around the spiral.
No, I mean in Yu-Gi Zero or whatever, I'm pretty sure they had that stabbing one.
No, because I'm telling you right now.
All right.
He like puts a bunch of playing cards on this dome, and they're tied together by a rope. So like you pick up a card, and then whatever number you get, you move that many steps up the dome, which lowers the other person. And then he creates like shadow demons that are in the school river that'll eat you if you go down too far. I don't know.
Fuck.
That's what I mean, though. They play out completely differently than they do in the manga. But like the manga's got some good ass arcs, like the Death Tea arc, which is when Kaiba builds that theme park, or when Bakura gets introduced and he's like, they're playing a tabletop RPG and they get like put into their characters pieces on the board, So the pharaoh has to like get them through this tabletop RPG, and then like they uncover that Bakura was cheating by spinning the dice a certain way. It's fucking great.
Bakura, that bastard.
I know. Yeah, read those manga volumes or at least watch season 0. They're good. I love Yu-Gi-Oh! Unironically.
I know. I always forget that it's actually good because we make fun of it so often.
And I'm not gonna go and watch like 5Ds or whatever where they're playing card games on motorcycles.
No. Card games on motorcycles.
I know, but that's because that's the gimmick is they have motorcycles. GX's gimmick is that they're at a school, and I don't know what any of the other. There's one called Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains, like the word brains with a V instead of a B.
Gross.
And the character's hair gets stupider and stupider as the seasons go on.
Yeah, Teia's pretty cute in this manga. Wow, Tristan looks like an actual retard.
Yeah. Also, there's a specific panel, like when it's the chapter where they're getting attacked by the criminal, and he puts the lighter on his hand with the vodka. Like, there's a panel there where Teia's working at the burger place that they're at. That is like the direct inspiration for that first drawing of Moxie I did. It's like the exact same pose.
Yeah. There's also in the anime. There's that scene where Teia's reminiscing on how they saved her from like a school bully or something, and it's like it's obvious that guy was trying to rape her, but he's just saying I want your money. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I know.
If by money you mean pussy.
And, dude, everyone pervs out about her in the fucking manga. Like within the first like 10 pages of the first chapter, Yugi's thinking about her playing basket. She's like, yeah. I was going to play basketball with the guys during recess, but I just found out they're letting us play so they can look up our skirts. And then Yugi's just imagining her skirt flying up.
Nice.
Just fully drawn.
How old is...
Like, what are you thinking about?
How old is Yugi, by the way, canonically?
They're all in like 10th grade or something.
Okay, because I was telling...
He's just a midget.
I was telling Kate, I was like, do you even know how old Misty is canonically? She's like, what? I'm like, she's like 10.
Yeah.
What?
Well, that's why everyone gets like mad when I'm like, man, when I realize that Marnie from Pokemon Sword and Shield would have a British accent, it makes me like infinite negative horny. And then everyone's like, she's 10. I'm like, maybe. Wait, she has no official age.
She has no, she has no official age. So it's completely
we went over this.
Fine. I know.
We've been over this. It's fine.
I know. It's fine.
And everyone knows the best Pokemon girl is Toko, the female player character from Black and White, the one with the hat and the ponytail. Yeah. And like the hot pants.
I told, and Jesse's like 14 or 15.
Yeah, no, seriously.
I always thought she was at least 17.
Stunfisk.
I wasn't watching it, but I was listening to it. Corey was watching the beginning of the fucking Mewtwo Strikes Back remake on Netflix.
Oh.
The really ugly looking one, the CG one. Yeah, and I'm like, they even changed some of the lines. Like, one of the lines that always stuck with me as a kid was, we tried to create the world's strongest Pokemon, and we succeeded. And then he dies. And that's just not in this movie. And I'm like, man, this sucks. Like, it's not, and it's also none of the same voice actors. I understand that, like, there's different licensing issues, and they have different voice actors now for the main 3 people, but it's just like, I can't listen to this. I can't listen to Ash when he sounds more like a girl than What's-Her-Face from the original series.
Me neither. I'm trying to find.
I talked about watching that Dragon Quest movie, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I think I told you I didn't care.
Yeah, well, because everyone gets mad when I say that no one plays Dragon Quest, and they're like, "Yeah, they do. It sold like 5 million. Dragon Quest."
Everyone gets mad. Every single person.
I put a tweet. I put a tweet out that was like games that everyone says they play, but I'm convinced no one actually does. Warframe, Dragon Quest, that fucking Konami baseball series with like the super deformed characters.
Oh my god! Even I have games. I have a few of those.
Yeah, the pro baseball. Right?
I don't
and
play
all the Dragon Quest people came out of the fucking woodwork, and it's like, actually, Dragon Quest 11 sold like 5 million copies. I'm like, no one plays that series. I promise you.
Just because they bought it doesn't mean they play it.
Yeah, exactly. I've owned Dragon Quest 8 for like 10 years.
I just want to make it clear I don't actually agree with you.
Yes, you do. This is a ringing endorsement from Matt of the Courier Suicide Podcast that not a single soul on this earth plays Dragon Quest.
Oh wow, this guy does. He's actually trying to kill a 10-year-old boy in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Wait, what are you staring at?
Him stabbing at him.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He's like, okay, because it's like a shadow game. So he's like, eventually he can't control the greed in his arm. So he's like, I'll just stab you instead. And then Yugi just jumps back and then says like, punishment game. And then he makes the guy think he's surrounded by money, but it's actually just leaves and garbage.
Joey's hot in this.
Yeah, dude.
Weird.
Oh, Mokuba tries to kill them multiple times.
Mokuba's a little pussy.
Mokuba invites them over for a meal and then poisons most of the food. You have to spin a roulette wheel and hope that you don't get poisoned food.
All right. Don't tell me anymore. I'm actually gonna read these.
You really, dude, it's great. If you like JoJo, you'll love this because it's the same kind of shit where it's like, how do I get out of this fucking situation? And it's more interesting when it's not just the card game because it's like, how do I cheat at Rock'em Sock'em Robots?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Like,
yeah, no, it's funny. It's weird how it all ended up as a card game.
Machina. Yeah, it's like it's got the same dumb Deus Ex Machina shit where it's like there's one where they're fighting with Tamagotchis and then like Yugi's just evolves. But it's like, I don't know. I still like it. It's got that great 90s shonen kind of feeling to it.
We'll be doing this instead of working.
Nice.
You want to call it?
We can call it.
We can call it.
What are we going to call it? That's the question.
Are we done with the show? Did the show end?
Yeah, I think so.
There was so much Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm dead.
I figured. I figured.
I am a dead person.
We can call it.
No, but Alex, there's the episode where trying to think of something you like.
No. It's complicated.
No.
It's complicated. No, wait.
There's that episode where Yugi is playing a guy at a fighting game in a Japanese arcade, and the guy gets so mad that he's losing that he just beats the shit out of Yugi. It's like that picture where it's a bunch of bloodstains around a King of Fighters 98 cabinet in like Brazil because an actual fight broke
I'm
out.
telling you, like this shit must have actually happened in Japan because that high score girl, like everyone's beating the fuck out of each other in that show.
The 90s was just a really bad time to be Japanese, I guess. If you were a kid, you're just getting the shit kicked out of you by every adult and child.
I guess. I don't know. I mean, it's weird.
It was just fucking Thunderdome.
the entire island state of Japan was just literally battle royale.
Oh, real quick. I beat Doom Eternal. That game's good. I don't think I like it as much as Doom 2016, but Doom Eternal was cool. It's also really hard.
I bet.
I was playing on like normal difficulty and I was getting my shit kicked in constantly. Anyway.
Can we call this
I still
episode?
haven't finished regular Doom. I bought it like on a whim and I played like the first 3 levels and I was like, wow, this is great. And then everything else consumed my life.
What, 2016 or like the original Doom?
No, 2016. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a good game. That was probably my favorite game of that year, to be honest.
It was a good time.
Can we call this episode Kami
I think
Mummy?
I spent like $20 or something on it, and I was like, yeah, that's worth it.
Yeah, it's absolutely worth it.
Even though I haven't gotten $20 worth of fun out of it yet, that's my own damn fault.
It's a good... If you like getting all the collectibles and shit, that's a good game, because that is a very exploratory experience. Like every...
yeah, things are surprisingly hidden.
Every level in like Doom Eternal took me like 2.5 hours, because I would not leave until I found all the secrets. And it's a good game about like marking a checklist of things for you to collect. So yeah, Doom 2016 is the same deal.
I enjoyed it too until I got raped by like 3 big demon guys. And I was like, oops. I still liked it, but I never went back to it because
it's different too because it's because of the glory kill system where like if you do a glory kill, you get health back. It's very much incentivizing you to just get the fuck in there and kill shit.
Yeah.
Which is exacerbated by Doom Eternal, where it's like, hey, glory kills give you health, but also now if you light an enemy on fire with the triangle button and then kill them, they drop armor shards. So if you need armor, you can do that. And then if you get like 2 glory kills, you get a blood punch, which like is a huge area of effect melee kill, stuff like that.
Blood punch.
Oh, it's great. I love how fucking cheesy Doom Eternal is. Like a lot of people, the one thing I didn't like about it is like Doom Guy has like 2 or 3 spoken lines during some flashbacks where he says like rip and tear, and it's like, don't, you can just tell me he said that, and then that'll be part of the lore, because there's a bunch of like lore codexes you pick up. I didn't need to hear some voice actor be like rip and tear. It's like, I just tell me he said that, and then when people are telling him to rip, when you're in the gladiator arena and people are yelling rip and tear during the BGM, I'll fucking get a huge boner. Like,
so can we name this episode Kami Mummy?
I mean, yeah.
A Yugi
Yugi come.
I'll call him Fangasm.
You gayo.
You gay.
Did you like my Breaking Benjamin tweet?
I didn't even understand it. Like I thought I read it as Benjamin Franklin. I was like, what?
I literally, before I made the joke, I wrote Breaking Benjamin, more like, and then I said Gay King Men Come In.
Yeah, so I read that as Benjamin Franklin, more like Ben K. I'm like, what? What is this? It's still funny either way. I don't know. Read their show notes. Were you writing show notes? Okay.
Matt created the coronavirus to get Alex back on the show. Alpha Rookie. Oh, can we call it Alpha Dookie?
No.
Phantasm, Shudder, horror movies, Annihilation, Smiling Friends, voice actors, Land of the Lustrous, anime with weird art styles, and Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh wait, was it supposed to be like our eyes taped all the way back?
It's Spoo-ky-oh.
It's
We talked
me,
about horror movies and Yu-Gi-Oh.
it's me forcing you guys to watch Yu-Gi-Oh while your eyes are taped back.
And then it's our eyes are taped open and it's like Clockwork Orange style. We're just watching horror movies.
Oh wait, can you have Yu-Gi-Oh coming out of the TV like in the ring?
No,
Oh
no,
my
I'm
God,
forcing
absolutely.
no, I'm forcing you guys to watch Land of the Lustrous while
Well, actually, no. Save the ring stuff for when I talk about the ring movies.
yeah.
But Yu-Gi-Oh should be. Oh my God! What about the poster? The poster of us, but it's Yu-Gi-Oh taking off his own face where he's just slightly older.
What?
No.
Oh no, we actually did it.
We already did. Yeah, we did an Us parody.
Yeah, it was
Damn it.
Matt taking off a mask, the Joker mask, and it was me taking off a Sonic mask, and then Doom guy and Isabella are in the background, and it was the penis music room. Oh wait, you haven't been on the internet, so you don't know what penis music is.
Oh, no, I don't.
Yeah, it would take too long to explain.
God, it's the first time you've ever said that to Mitch, and I've never been happier.
You ever seen Megamind?
Yes.
You know the part in the end where he's dancing in like a padded room, and there's like the three guys like bobbing their heads in the background? I assume it's near the end of the movie.
I assume. Oh, Spoo-ky-oh is actually a good title because we even said that Joey would call black people spooks. So that fits too.
Oh my god, you're right.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's a good... Yeah. Okay, so Spoo-ky-oh is definitely the title.
Stupid.
You're talking to
got
people
one.
who
I got one,
decided
and it
to
had nothing to
name
do
an
with cum.
episode. You're just... We called an episode Some Days You Pee on a Tree Frog.
It's true.
Yep.
You pee on a tree frog.
When Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, we called the episode Kingdom Come.
Which I was surprised we never called an episode that.
I know!
I mean, seriously, that was kind of shocking.
I'll at least give you guys that one is so close to clever it gets a pass.
But then the banner is Sora, but I tinted his skin to be black, and it's me and Matt running up behind him like the pictures of Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker running through the city. And he's got a stinky feet keyblade.
God, I forgot about that.
Where do all the banners go now?
To the trash.
They're on YouTube and
You just-
SoundCloud.
Since it seems like everything's Discord based, it seems like you just make banners, but they don't get released.
No, they get put as the preview picture on YouTube
Yeah.
and SoundCloud. I make like a special album art format version of them where they're like square and I move shit around so it like fits.
Do we even post to Facebook anymore?
No,
Good.
because I don't go on Facebook and you're banned.
I wasn't banned. I left also.
You left by banning.
No,
by
I didn't.
self-ban.
No, I didn't.
You made a post that was just the N-word and the F-word over and over again until they banned you.
No, they wouldn't. I still didn't get banned. That was the.
Are you kidding?
I swear.
Alex, did you see the new banner for the episode last week of the Animal Crossing one?
I haven't seen a random suicide assault career
I didn't
banner
even mention.
in
You
fucking years.
You brought it up, but I didn't even mention that I finally. Did you watch the video? The Pokemon you can gargle.
I sent it to him, yeah. Because I texted him, I'm like, I'm proud of you.
It was not what I expected, but good job.
It wasn't what I expected either, because I thought of the names at the last second. Because I was like, what? I was like, what? What else can I do in this video? And then I was looking at the whatever the one. What was it? The one I called Quaff Tit. I'm like, why does that thing?
Cast form.
Yeah, I was like, why does that thing look like it has boobs?
Because it has tits. It's cast form. Duh.
Yeah. That was the one I worked on the hardest to try to come up with a name to, which is really Stupid.
I feel like Alex would appreciate the Hypnospace Outlaw banner because it's I tried to make it look like the thing we talked about, which is to say 90s internet.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. That is forever our fucking icon now.
Well, because I drew us as sexy ducks from Disney.
Yeah. Have you checked the Twitter and the SoundCloud? That's it. It's not our logo anymore. It's that.
I know.
Okay, good.
I'm going through here to see if I can send Alex some good fucking banners, some choice banners. Because I sent him the Animal Crossing one.
Oh, can you text it to me?
Oh, it's in the PMs in Discord. You just go to the sidebar and it should
Erica's playing Animal Crossing, and we use the same TV right now because our other TV died.
Oh. Well, don't worry. I'll send these. I'll text them to you somehow.
Some way, somehow.
Preferably with your phone.
Yeah.
What?
Rotary phone.
Yeah. Send them through Rotoscope.
Where's the one where we're in Thanos' ass? Oh, I'm not gonna send you this one, but there was just an episode we called Blackface Celibate, and the banner is just me and Matt staring at you. Like,
Yeah, we tried.
Me?
No, not at the viewer. Not you specifically.
like episode 11's banner, but we're wearing clothes instead of being in our underwear. But the episode's just called Blackface Celibate.
We tried to go against type.
God, I forgot about.
We're not
I forgot
that
about
racist anymore. I don't think.
I forgot about some of these, like God Maximum Cummer level 1 billion, where it's you as Detective Pikachu getting fucked by me as the player character from Sword and Shield, the female player character from Sword and Shield, and then Mr. X is just fucking crashing through the wall, T-posing behind us.
T-posing through the wall.
And I think my shirt says, what does my shirt say? Oh, gonna cry, gonna piss your pants, maybe.
I still haven't seen a Detective Pikachu movie.
You need to. It's good.
I know. I want to. I just never. I'm never in the mood.
Wait. So okay, hold on. Before we get way off track, the title is Spoo-ky-oh,
Yes.
and the banner is what? Me forcing you guys to watch Yu-Gi-Oh! Clockwork Orange style with your eyes taped backwards.
I guess.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Mitch forcing Matt and Alex to watch Yu-Gi-Oh!
But I like Yu-Gi-Oh! Can it just be the both of us forcing him to watch Yu-Gi-Oh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I guess
That's fine.
Mitch and Matt forcing Alex to watch Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh, and you could be dressed like one of your Land of the Lustrous characters.
So just wearing a suit and tie because that's all they wear.
Oh, really? Oh, that's gay.
Just have a tape
Saw the
bikini.
picture.
What'd you say, Alex?
Just a tape bikini.
Christ.
Clockwork Orange style with Alex's eyes taped open. Yeah.
Oh, no. It should be... Instead of the tape, it should be us with our fingers holding his eyes open. Like,
No, but we talked about the tape. That's why.
well, that's why
like,
you
I
should be
get
wearing
what
a tape bikini.
So I have my nipples taped back.
Ew. I just imagine you with, like, big pointy nipples. Ew.
Oh god, I forgot about the banner where it's you and me as Tails and Knuckles sucking each other's
I
toes
know, I saw
on a
that
wet
today.
bed,
It's gross.
and then movie
wait,
Sonic
alright.
is running behind us.
Why isn't it? It's me with my eyes taped open. Mitch has the tape, so he's doing the taping. And then Matt, you are next to us, holding your own eyes open with your eyes with a big smile on your face.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
I forgot about the banner where I drew us as furries, and the title's just called "Wow Stinky" because that's an actual Amazon review I left on some scented sticks.
Wow. Stinky.
5 stars.
It was great that I was able to actually copy and paste those stars into the YouTube title, and it has the stars.
Yeah, and it has the emojis. Yeah,
Oh my god.
the emojis for stars. I mean, Matt is holding his own eyes open with, or back like a Chinese person. What's funnier?
No, wide open, not like
Wide open with a demented smile.
Like Matt is, he has the face where he's happy that he is
Happy?
watching, but it's like he's trying to be mean to me. So he's got like angry eyes, but big happy smile. Like he's like ha 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 ha. But he's doing it to himself.
Oh god, this fucking banner where it's you making the Millhouse face and you have no legs because you're Lieutenant Dan, and then but your legs are made of like chocolate, like Cadbury.
I remember getting a
eggs.
lot of good feedback on that one because it's like it's like we made a whole story in one banner, and I think it's the only time we've ever done that.
I like accused of Snordos pee-pee, where we're sticking our giant noses in the glasses of piss.
There's banners that I like better. I'm just saying that one.
What, like Come Psycho, where it's an X-ray of our balls, and then like yours are a screaming Geodudes, and mine are Bakugan.
I got nothing in there now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe his name's Jesse. Yeah, it's Jesse Wind. Remember Wind on YouTube?
Sure.
Jesse. He was excited to have Alex back for that episode.
Yeah, I didn't read the comments.
Oh, because he was like, he wrote something like, "Oh my god, I can't believe it! I'm about to cry." And I wrote, "That's right, Erica's back, baby."
Who said that?
Jesse. Remember Jesse? I think it's Steins or Signs.
Science.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Yeah.
Does this part go in the show? Is this like a bonus
Yeah,
thing?
no, it's just all recorded. Yeah.
Hey Jesse, thanks for giving a shit that I came back.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Oh fuck, Goyim no more. When we found out you were part Jewish, and it's the Altered Beast poster, and I had to actually black out the 3-headed Jew at the top because it got like taken down.
Oh Jesus Christ! I don't remember.
Remember?
That. No, I don't remember.
It's the Altered Beast poster where it's you as a regular person at the bottom, and then like the stages of you transforming into a beast, but the beast at the top is a 3-headed Jew version of you. But that got taken down, so I had to put a big black bar that says redacted on top of it.
That's funny.
Because then the second transformation is like my head is coming out of your shoulder next to you, and I'm screaming.
Oh yeah.
And then there's many banners where we're drowning in cum.
Mm-hmm. Many, too many, maybe, or not enough.
There's like more than one, which is sad.